I know it may be hard to understand. It's hard for me to hear myself say, but I just wanted it to stop. I wanted things to just be okay.
Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. Amber Heard has taken the stand, and everyone is itching to know what she has to say. While we have paid attention to what she has been saying, something glaring has crossed her sight. The Aquaman star seems to be forcing tears.
It wasn't him, it was Black. I've never been so scared in my life.
Amber Heard has been communicating her side of the story to the jury, and fans and spectators cannot help but notice how often the star has faked her tears, as there's several notable instances where she tried to squeeze her eyes and force tears out.
My heart, I wanted to marry him so bad. This is the man I loved, you know? Yes, it was awful at times, but I loved him.
What then are the instances that expose the Aquaman star for trying to fake tears? Well, let's get right into this video and see if you notice them too. The trial has pushed us into knowing despicable details about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's past relationship. And while we have heard what the Pirates of the Caribbean star had to say, Amber Heard has just taken a stand at the court to share her side of the story. And trust me, something doesn't seem right. Here are 5 ways she was exposed for trying to force tears. First, the Aquaman star began her testimony by telling the court about several occasions Depp allegedly sexually assaulted her, both before and during her marriage with him. He's grabbing my breasts, he's touching my thighs, he rips my underwear off and proceeds to do a cavity search. He shoves his fingers inside me. A halting Heard told the court between tears after revealing how Depp pulled off her dress in anger. While she claimed this is true, what we don't find convincing is the tears she's trying to force. My lip went into my teeth and it got a little blood on the wall, Heard noted, adding her then boyfriend wears a lot of rings. Later, in explaining a July 2013 yacht ride with Depp and his then teenage kids, the actress said of her nearby Downcast Rum Diary co-star, "There's no off button with Johnny. He could effing kill me. I'm an embarrassment." Here, her emotional instability caught our eyes, and honestly, we can't seem to place our hands on what her genuine feelings are. Is she really broken, or is this a facade? Next, the Aquaman star went further to claim that Depp pushed her up against a cabin wall in the boat he was about to sell to author J.K. Rowling. Followed by barely coherent text messages, Heard soon left the yacht with Depp's daughter, Lily Rose, shamed by the supposedly drunken actor's accusations that she had humiliated him in front of his children. Here, Amber appeared shaken and unstable, but so are her tears.
I'm very, very much in love with this whole family now.
Her tears seemed inconsistent, and we can't tell if she was genuinely overwhelmed by her recollection of past ugly memories she shared with the Pirates of the Caribbean star, or if she was trying to show us what she wants us to see. In another instance, we can hear Amber uttering, "I will never forget it. It changed my life." Amber Heard told the Virginia courtroom of the first time Johnny Depp allegedly hit her in the winter of 2011. "I laughed. I thought he was joking and he slapped me across the face," the Aquaman actress said of the reaction from her then boyfriend as she inquired about a tattoo he had as the two were drinking together. "I laughed because I didn't know what else to do." According to Heard, pounding it back, Depp said, "You think it's funny, B? He slapped me again. It was clear it wasn't a joke." The Aquaman star added of the shock she felt at the time. "I didn't move or freak out. I just stared at him. And he slaps me one more time, hard. I'm all of a sudden realizing that the worst thing that could happen to me happened," Heard said in her testimony as to the second witness for the defense. Amber tried to demonstrate her reaction to Depp's supposed violence using her facial expression, but I can't tell you it was doing so much good as it was glaring that her emotions were not coordinated. Her confession became tenser as she told the court that despite the turmoil, she didn't want to leave Depp.
I mean, maybe he really feels this way. It broke my heart. Broke my heart. I wanted to marry him so bad. This is the man I loved, you know? Yes, it was awful at times, but I loved him and what he was
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive.
Remarking on the velvety love the ex-couple had when things were rosy, Heard took us down memory lane on how their relationship turned sour in and around 2012, with an allegedly heavily drinking Depp calling her a whore, trash-talking her fashion choices and throwing objects and punches close to her. That is such a specific allegation, and as expected, Amber relayed this part of her confession using the most convenient tool, her face. We can see her squinting her eyes and waving her hair away from her face. She might just be doing that so we see how poorly she's forcing herself into a sad expression. This last instance has caught our attention, and we can't seem to recover from it. While Amber revealed more instances of alleged escalating abuse she faced from Depp, she claimed that Depp's rage was so overwhelming, and somehow she revealed Depp's subsequent hyperbolic pledge that he'd rather cut my hand off than ever lay it on you. In her defense, Heard brought up a term the jury has heard before during his testimony and that of others. Heard said on one particular occasion in 2012, the sometimes disappearing Depp admitted to her knowing he had a problem with booze and drugs. I put that effer away. I killed that monster, he told her. While she confessed this, her facial expression changed totally, and she sure looked like the monster she was trying to describe. Her face was wrinkled and she really wanted to burst into tears. But hold on, Amber, I think we've had enough. After watching Amber's confession, an American broadcaster, Cooper Lawrence, has offered her brutal yet honest verdict. Lawrence expressed her doubt about Heard's testimony during an appearance on the Australian breakfast TV show Sunrise, claiming that the Aquaman star's words sounded rehearsed and false. Did you notice she was crying and there were no tears? That's always something we look for, Lawrence said. Well, Ms. Lawrence, you weren't the only one who noticed this. There's always a tell. There's always a big deal when somebody is trying to communicate something, and it comes across a little bit false, I think, for most of her testimony. She stuttered through a lot of things. She sounded rehearsed, she added. Ms. Lawrence claimed that Heard's assertions came across as very disingenuous. Rather than just having a conversation and telling us her testimony, it seems like she was trying to remember what her lawyer had told her to say, she continued. I always believe women. I always do, except where Amber Heard is concerned, she said, prompting one of the hosts to gasp in surprise. We are all shocked by that too, but there may be a sense of truth in what she said. Amber's recent confession has not only stirred the fans up, but has also made a lot of people doubt her credibility. As expected, fans have stormed social media to give their opinion, and Team Pirate has expressed so much fury on how unconvincing and inconsistent Amber is with her confession. One fan wrote, I hope the jury can see this. The calmness of Johnny's testimony and the charade, she's clinging on to that $50 million. She has no empathy or regret. Just like when she whined to Depp, she knows her reputation is destroyed. Yet even that fact couldn't produce any real tears. I used to believe she was a narcissist. Now I believe she's a psychopath as well, another added. Some fans opined that her acting skill is truly poor. One fan wrote, ever seen someone cry without tears and then have a completely straight face, void of emotion 10 seconds later? This acting is worse than her performance in Aquaman. After seeing this, I realized cut hides a lot from the movie set, and anyone can be an actor. As much as everyday actor hates to hear that word, most of the time it works in their favor. I mean, look at that uncut acting. It is horrible, another added. Team Amber, on the contrary, does not wish to accept grievous claims other fans have concerning Amber's confession. According to Amber's fans, she was only unstable as a result of trauma from the abuse Depp allegedly inflicted her with. One fan wrote, it's wild how many people believe Amber Heard is lying, despite a UK court already finding that Depp abused her 12 times, despite there being video footage of him being violent, and despite there being text messages in which he threatens to burn her alive and F her burnt corpse. Do you think Amber is truly faking her emotions to gain sympathy from her fans in the court? Or did trauma get the best of her? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. See you next time.